All right, hello and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jefferey Morrison. How's it going? All right, we're gonna do another whip and chat here. Diamond Art Club's Hogwarts Crest, Fine Oddities Black. Just hang out for a bit. It's a little sunnier out now. Square drill, 22 inches by 26 inches, 56 centimeters by 66 centimeters. 42 colors, including 4 ABs, which stands for Aurora Borealis. And they're an iridescent coated kind of drill that shines a little brighter than regular drills. And I'm shaking again. Anything under color code 150 is considered an AB or DMC code. This is what they had on these sticker sheets before, I think. All right, so I'm working on the star symbol here, 823. Yeah, and they're just sprangled everywhere here. Star Spangled Banner. We just have a maple leaf on our flag, so American flag has a little more color to it, but we just have red and white for our Canadian flag. Yeah, gets her done. But the Canadian flag has a little more. 50 stars and 50, right? And then stars and stripes. Do the stripes mean something on the flag? On the American flag? I know the stars mean states, but do the stripes mean something? I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, let me know if you know American flag kind of stuff. Okay. Anyway. I don't know. We have maple trees up here, and yeah. I guess. Oh, the American flag is cool too. Love flags. Okay. 823. Alright. I'm just wondering the significance of the stripes in the Star Spangled Banner. The flag. Anyway, yeah, it's Labor Day, and dear knows what the crap is open for the life of me. Jeez. Hey, I'll go get the second Wheel of Time novel. Guess I'm going on Amazon because the mall was closed in Stratford. It's like, oh, what the heck is open today? What's not? I'm so confused. No, the banks are closed. Oh. He wrote a letter and everything. Hey, we're taking the day off. Ha ha. It's because we're special. Okay. Yeah, banks and people take days off as much as they can. Yeah, we're just taking the day off just for the giggles. Okay, bye. It's like, okay, it is what it is. Oh well. I don't know, I figured the mall would be open for Labor Day, but I don't know, Labor Day is just weird up here, so thought I could run a couple errands, but no. I got the day off, but I've heard in the past, I've guessed that people have worked Labor Day, so at the plant, so I can tell you. Oh, I've only been there a year, and I started like August last year or something. Yeah. I don't even know when I started. I do not have a good memory. Squirrel. Gerbil. I don't know. I was switching my headlights on and off while I was driving. The sun's playing peekaboo today. Looks like it wants to rain, but it was just totally dismal earlier. But yeah. What can you do? The weather is going to do what it wants to do. Not listen to a weather forecaster and go, okay, it's going to be a sunny day. Nope, it's cloudy. Too bad. Oh, sadness. Oh. I don't know. Weather reports are just part of a newscast. They just kind of, yeah, there are clouds coming over here, and they might do something or might not. Eh? It's like, yeah. What can you do? I don't know, hurricane season isn't as busy as originally predicted, I've heard. There was a tropical storm or something. Danielle or something. I think they're a D. I never heard anything after that. I could be wrong with the name. I think they were a D. I don't know. Usually it's hurricane season's a little more active than this. Oh. I saw a brief snippet about that and then never heard of that tropical storm again. I don't know. We just get tornadoes up here. We don't. Hurricanes don't reach this far north, I guess. We get the after effects. We get like low pressure tail ends of a hurricane, maybe like the leftovers up here in Canada, but well, I'm pretty sure down in the United States, they get like the tail. The U.S. gets like tail ends of hurricanes too. It's that are hurricanes just coastal? Like I know they weaken as they make landfall because they don't have the temperature of the ocean to draw from. Yeah, they weaken as they hit land. But is that hurricanes just basically a coastal kind of weather phenomenon? I think some of the hurricanes just hang out in the ocean. Whoops. I had two drills there. Almost flipped over. Yeah, irregardless, hurricanes aren't really fun by the sounds of it. If you live down on the Florida Panhandle, I'm sure you just have boards for each of your windows and just standard precautions when hurricane season hits. It's probably nice down there most of the time. And then, yeah, hopefully there's better warning systems for hurricanes at this point now, but I'd imagine. Is there usually plenty of warning for hurricanes down in the U.S.? We get the odd tornado warning up here. Sometimes they just form just out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a certain cloud formation. Clouds turn a certain color, and it's cold and warm air masses converging and then twisting into each other. Or am I thinking hurricanes? I don't know. A combination of both, I'd be imagining. Yeah, I'm a meteorologist. Yeah, I know everything about weather. Here I am, just diamond painting. Yeah. I'm putting little pieces of acrylic onto sticky adhesive and making a beautiful picture. Here you go. I'd have to go to school and to be a weather forecaster, to be able to do a weather forecast on the news. Most of this information probably get on Google in 2.5 milliseconds or something. How do hurricanes work? How do tornadoes work? Yeah, you learn these things like in like high school or even public school. And do you think I'd retain that kind of stuff? No. What fun would that be? That'd just be too easy. Yep. Hopefully your crafts are going along well. Crafts, hobbies, or if you're just chilling. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully it's nice where you are. Catch some sun if you can. I don't know, I just might treadmill it again tonight. I'm not done the first Wheel of Time book, but I just wanted to have the second one on deck. I'm just like, yeah, just go Wednesday afternoon when you're off. Yeah, sounds good. Let's go to the bookstore and get it. Get the second Wheel of Time book. Yeah, there's the Sword of Truth series too. Terry Goodkind, but I have Wizard's First Rule. Thinking it was like the Wheel of Time, but oh gosh, no. Of course not. Just so many fantasy series, you could probably just like ram them all together and it'd be just heck of a big continent. Be a series of continents. Think of all the characters, my word. Fantasy epic for sure. I don't know, just put Doctor Strange into the mix and yeah, anything could happen in that kind of story. Or Doctor Who. Just time travel and stuff. Holy cow. Do you need like a guide to figure out what the heck is going on? Holy, have fun reading that. Yeah, I love the maps, and thank goodness they put maps in the fantasy books. Because here I am flipping to the front cover to see where the characters are on the map. And yeah, just following this road. Still heading to this Tar Valon place, but they got separated. This is in the Wheel of Time, just so, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Just in this Wheel of Time book. Yeah, they got separated. So it's kind of like two groups headed for this one town where they'll hopefully be safe. Yeah, define safe in the Wheel of Time universe or any other of these fantasies. Game of Thrones had a cool map as well. But it's a series I could get back into if I wanted to, but gosh, I read a good chunk of the first book and then just stopped. I probably couldn't tell you who all the characters are and what they're doing. Like, I just read. I just take it chapter by chapter. What's happening in this Wheel of Time book? It's going through the obstacles that the characters are having in a slow pace. Like they're basically on a journey, but yeah, stuff's kind of happening to them just a bit at a time. It's not like they're getting attacked by 40 different things and there's like 20 characters to keep track of and nobody's wearing a name tag. It's like, no. I think that's more Game of Thrones as you go through, but instead of individual characters, it's kind of broken up into a couple groups and stuff's happening to each of the groups. And you're discovering more about the world and the order of things. The characters are basically, it's character driven kind of story or saga series. I think they call the Wheel of Time a saga too, a fantasy saga. There you go, write your own fantasy novel. Basically, essentially creating a whole entire new world. And that's what's pretty magical about the fantasy science fiction genre. You're making a totally new world, yet there's some familiar ideas or history woven into it to an extent, but it's just entirely its own. Wow, that wasn't confusing at all. Yeah. I just basically read and then just experience what's there. There's certainly some interracial tension in the Wheel of Time, or just judgment being put upon certain groups or individuals. Or people are just assuming what certain people do and how they act. But yeah, Aes Sedai, they just use the one source power, the energy of the earth, I guess, or energy of a god, or the creator of the world. I don't know. And people just really don't trust them per se. Yeah, so there's just that kind of tension in the world. And then the dark evil force is kind of gaining power. And yeah, stuff's starting to screw up. So yeah, the balance of the world is being affected, and it's just kind of causing rivulets throughout this little universe here. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. There was a dragon, or what I thought was described as a dragon that has already torched a village, apparently. It was a very brief paragraph or whatever. I don't know was a town where the characters had been, and then it was just torched by this dragon. I think it's a dragon. So I'm pretty sure that dragon's going to have a little tea time with all the characters eventually, or there's going to be conflict with this dragon, if that's what it is. Yet still Wheel of Time, not Game of Thrones. Sorry. I know there's dragons in Game of Thrones somewhere. Well, the prequel, this 300 years before show, there's definitely dragons kicking around. Yeah, that was when they were originally hanging out in Westeros. Is that the world in Game of Thrones? Westeros? I don't know. I know details and snippets of some stuff, but one day and I just totally forget the name of something the other day, any other time. Westeros, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, D&D, just all merges together. What's going on? Let's put them all together. Star Wars together. Do a fantasy thing in space. Oh wait, that's The Expanse. Just do a medieval thing in space. That kind of sounds messy. I can imagine like a space pirate angle. I wonder if there is science fiction on with that. It was kind of Disney's Treasure Planet, but I'm thinking of fantasy epic or science fiction epic with space pirates. I have a feeling that might be a thing, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't even know how to start writing one of those kind of things. Science fiction. You'd have to have a core concept and just evolve a story around that. Be a good point of conflict or something. Probably have to have a core character to be able to tell the story. Character they can kind of intercede, be able to convey the story to the reader. Yeah, The Expanse has core characters, but yeah, plenty of support characters as well that each kind of do their own thing. Sometimes they all get separated and yeah, do their thing. Yeah. Oh, if it's space opera or fantasy, there could always just be another story within the grand theme of things. Subplots and just a character, supporting character, suddenly doing major character stuff. I don't know. Their own adventure. That's weird. I don't know. Reading can be fun, but yeah, it's easy to get lost in some books. Alright, yeah. Yeah, plus signs and stars. Oh boy. Distinguishable, but yeah, just kind of on your toes. Yes, and then there's this like 2 dots and a line in between it. Oh boy. His canvas is a party of color. Confetti. Confetti color blocking festival of intent. just attention, making sure you're paying attention kind of canvas. I think that would be, yeah, confetti, where it's just multiple colors in a certain area. Yeah, I'll mention confetti and color blocking every now and then, just as a refresher. Yeah, confetti, multiple colors in a certain section or area of a canvas. And color blocking is a single color or less colors in an area grouped together, where you're not constantly switching colors. Yeah, I have that glare again. So I'm just kind of putting my hand in front of, just making sure I'm putting drills on the right symbols, because yikes. So I think these are like flower leaves or flower petals overlapping on this part of the crest. Just a really fancy, so I had a great time mapping this out for rendering. Yeah, the artist probably just did a digital design somewhere. They're just like, yep, that's beautiful. Okay, print it. Yeah, kind of looks like it has a digital design angle to it. Regardless, it's a cool piece. I don't know, anything to keep the Harry Potter genre going for future generations. Unfortunately, the story doesn't change, I wouldn't imagine. I've read this series 20 times. Okay, did you learn anything new? No, I just love it. Okay. Yeah, we've been over that, how I feel about that, but yeah, I've read books a couple times, yes, but anything beyond twice just gets a little scary. It's like, there are other books, I know, but I like this one. Okay. Yeah. And then just this whole banning To Kill a Mockingbird and books in libraries, schools. Ridiculous. Can you ban Wuthering Heights? Wuthering Heights? I don't understand what's going on in that one. I used Cole's notes to get... I just read the Cole's notes. The one time I didn't read a book for school. I'm like, why are we reading this? It's this strange old English or whatever, I think. Just, oh, what a mess. Who's narrating? Why? Hey, what the heck is going on? It's just, oh man. Catcher in the Rye is probably... what else? Yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird. I've read that. Yeah, that's one I've read twice. Once for the giggles and then for school. And then we turned around and watched that movie adaptation of it, and I'd seen the Stratford Festival performance of that. Yes, I've read books a couple times, but We're Beyond twice is just, oh man. yeah, there was a WIP in chat, kind of me going over that. But just my opinion. Anyway, yeah, you've been watching Echoes of Color with Jefferey Morrison. Down below in the description, I put my Facebook profile page name. I Echoes of Color Facebook business page. And my Instagram. Excuse me. I also put my Lord of the Rings walking challenge from Conquer and my Silk Road walking challenge URL for the websites that I bought the walking challenges from. Those are just the ones I'm doing, but there are like other challenges to choose from. But yeah, it's not an affiliate link, so just yeah, if you're curious about these walking challenges, just click on them and they should take you to the corresponding website. I will not make a commission off of any challenge that you decide to purchase. They're just there for explanation's sake, just so you know what I'm talking about when I say walking challenge is or reading on the treadmill, etc. But anyway, it's just something I'm doing. Yeah, be cool if I could get sponsored to do that, because yeah, I could just talk about it and yeah, you'd know about it that way. But oh well. Anyway, take care, all the best, and see you again soon. Bye.